It's just a little bit bigger than this. I'll admit I'm not a seeming island. Why don't you understand? Hey, what's up, guys? It is obviously I, Channel Gaming here. And we're going to be chilling until Damian comes back, but I wanted to just... We're going to do some reacting, as the kids call it. And I'm going to throw like 5 videos on there. Attachment too large, total attachments be less, selected files are over, and suck my nuts. I'm actually going to pull them out of the files themselves. Alright, so we're gonna, real quickly today, actually, what I'm gonna start off with is we're gonna react to one of my spars that I've had. And I know this sounds stupid because, you know what I mean, it's like a self-reaction. I don't want it to seem like it's with ego, though. There's no ego involved here. I have been wanting to make some videos about this, and I have been thinking about making videos of like actual just spars themselves, you know, but I have not. Here, I did order from Chipotle. As long as the screen isn't buggy, I think we'll be fine, and it looks to be doing good right now. So this is not what I wanted. It's one of them, but it's not what I wanted. Time to admit, me, I'm just the same as I was. Why don't you understand? Here's the one I want. I'm gonna send that one. I'm not gonna send it into a file. So a 2-minute video is above the limit. Okay, is this the one? Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see. Absolute horror. I cannot live. I cannot die. Is this it? Nope. Well, I got 2 copies of that. Is it this one? Because I know I didn't just send the same one.
Go.
Yeah, here it is. Okay, so if you can't tell, so I'm gonna start this over at the very beginning to where we're walking up. Obviously, I would like to start off by saying I'm not a professional fighter, so, and neither is my friend. We both have sparred before, and this is just a reaction of this spar. I know it's corny hell, but it's okay, you know what I mean? But we will be streaming some Black Ops 3 later once Damian gets back, and hell, we might even throw Damian into this reaction party and see what he thinks. But I want to try to find ways to like expand, and this is one of them. And I'm gonna practice a little reaction. This is one of the things that I've wanted to like show people a little bit without showing off, you know what I mean? Because it's not nothing to show off. It's just a friendly thing between me and my homie. But we will, I can't speak. We're gonna check this out. Alright, so the guy on the left, that is my friend. I'm the guy on the right. Black and gold gloves versus white gloves. I will say I'm not very much of a boxer. I'm actually gonna take this off. Yeah, I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna put the headphones on here. But okay, 1 second. I'll turn them down to 40, so you should be able to hear this. Let's just get into it and react to the initial first 10 seconds of it. So, my favorite thing about this is that my friends and I were just having fun there, and we just went to a gym one night, like 40 minutes away from where we were, and we decided to go a little ham. If you notice though, in the first 10, like I said, I'm gonna pause it here real quick. If you notice throughout this, not that there's a lot of pressure. Man, I wish I could just like play the video and it like go frame by frame. Is there a way I can do that? I can't. So, well, I mean, it kind of goes frame by frame, but like, if you look, he pressures, but so do, it's very conflicting, and I don't like how every time I rewatch this, I'm always on the back foot, man. I mean, there's a few moments, like right here, where I'm pushing a little bit, and then he pushes forward, and then that kind of gets it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to describe it, but this was very fun to me, man. I think of this very fondly, and he's a good dude too, man. He's a good dude in real life. And then something I always look back and notice, he threw a kick in there, but something I've always looked back and noticed, man, it's just the like, oof, ignore that. But just like the pure fact that it's like, when I was pushing it, I was doing it, man. Pause, but like, when I was pushing it, I was doing it. And then he put a little bit of pressure there, and then pressure's back on.
1 minute.
Damn, bro, we're just with it. This is bad.
So, ignore that cheesy grin on my face. We were missing a lot. There wasn't a lot landed, and in fact, there's one shot in the beginning that looks like it lands. The one I throw, that lead hook that I throw, it hit his gloves, and then like there was one point where it jabbed. I'll show you. What point are we at? We're at 1:04. So I'm gonna play here. Let's start here first. If there was a way I could slow it down and show you, but it just hits his glove, and that's all it does. And it was like right off the bat too. So, see, that's like all it hits, and that's the noise that you hear. Is it hits his like glove? That's not his lead hand, I don't think. It might be. It hits his glove. He has a very weird style, and he doesn't fight very conventional like you'd think he would. He fights very long. Okay, that's a weird call. But he does, which, I mean, he is a longer guy. He's like 5'11". I'm only 5'7". But, I mean, there's another one I could show that's like that shows off his length and his aggressiveness. But, like around this area is where it looks like I hit him, but I've tried to replay it. I've tried to see it from every angle. I throw a jab, and I don't think that hit him. I think he moved his head back, but like every time I try to slow it down, every time I try to slow it down, man, dude, I clicked the button. Man, I suck at this, guys. Maybe I should just throw this in a file editor. If you look, something's thrown here, and you can't see it, so I can never tell if this was an actual connection or if he just moved out of the way, because it doesn't look like he's kind of off balance, but this is kind of who he is. He's a longer guy. He can lean back a little bit farther than I could, for example, because like I said, he's taller. And even though I think we got the same wingspan, if not, he's a little bit bigger in length. I don't know. I always debate that part right there. But we're gonna go back here. This is this point where it kind of turns up. Something that I do a lot of that I don't like, and you'll see it here, is when I see someone dip their head down. For some reason, I'm throwing at their head, and I just shouldn't. I should let them get back up a little bit, maybe. Or maybe even go for that body shot that's there. Because, like, when they're down here, and, like look, you see me throw. Look where my hands are. Look where this hand could land. And he obviously throws to my body, and I don't know if he's trying to serve, if he's actually getting. I don't think he's actually getting hit, or if he's getting hit, it's on his shoulders or something. But like, you know what I mean? That hand could have been there, well placed. And there was me going backwards. But ooh, look at this. What's this? Video. I can go, what's this? Fit 100%. Enhancements, play speed settings. Oh! Look at that. Oh, that did not do what I wanted it to. But, right there. And then, like I said, right there, man. It's just like my hands are down, and for some reason I'm just trying to claw over in there. That was not the right move. I have more of these if you guys ever want to see them and are ever interested. But, here, man. Look at this. Like I said, man, he's taller, but something that we both have is very great balance. Ryan and I did not mean to expose his name, but my friend and I have very good balance with each other, and we're both very, like, we both could do a lot more than what we were doing, but we didn't. I never really followed up as much, and he never really committed as much as he could. But we also have good hands with each other too, you know what I mean? And he lit me up in the kickboxing exchange. But here, I make him bite a little bit, then straight gets to the chin. Look at that. That's that flow like a butterfly, sting like a bee. So, if you look, I have him bite again. And something that you see here, look where this hand stays, you know what I mean? It stays right there, because I believe it's after this one. I throw that one right? Or no, it's this one. Throw that one. Look at this already moving while this hand's already there. You can't really block that. You know what I mean? Unless he rolled over, which he didn't, because that hand was there. That was a feint, man. Is he going to bite for it? Is he going to bite for it? And he did not bite for it, which is why that happened. And a little bit of fatigue. But look, bite, feint, and why that feint is already there. This is here. Ignore the face. So. But, boom. I want to get a frame where it stops, because this one was one of the ones that also went through the guard. Right there, man. Right there. That went through the guard. Obviously, this posture's not ideal. You kind of don't want to be at this posture when you punch, but... And then, boom, throws one back. His hair, also, if he had a hair tie, I think it would have benefited him a little bit more. I don't feel like he could have seen as much because of how long his hair was. Almost dick shot this man, by the way, when we replay this. Look, boom. A good thing that lands in the glove, because that was his crown jewels. And then up top. But it wasn't like a hard land up top, so when we play it... Like, that's not hard. It was just a soft jab that got through. And some of it is the way I move. Because look, he throws that wider hook, dodge, and now look, you see this? This is where the magic happened. Because after he dodged that hand just went up. And he tries to block it, but he's not... No one's going to be that fast. And if you are, I applaud you. But no one's ever going to be that fast to where they stop that. So, boom. And it wasn't like a hard jab. It was like a more like tap. But then look as well. Another shot that I see coming. Boom. But he also throws a lot. And that right there that he does. This, to find the range. It is hard to fight against. You can hear us breathe. It's so weird. Should have turned up the temperature here.
20 seconds.
And that right there, I should have never done that. That was a dead giveaway that I was tired. Dead giveaway that I was tired. But, boom, boom. Ryan and I were both tired at this
10
point.
seconds.
Ryan had a 2-minute before I did. This was my first 2-minute with him.
4, 3,
Sounds so gay.
2, 1. 4, 3.
I'm gonna replay this last segment and slow by play. Like I said, man, I wish we could just slow it down. So if you look, I'm gonna do it here. So if you look, he pressures because he knows that I'm tired, and he's got more in the tank than I do. Apparently, we both had the same amount, but this is where you want to turn it up, and this was my mistake. So if you look, he throws that straight, scrapes off my gloves, barely lands, right? And then that jab that doesn't catch through. I throw a counter that misses. I can't tell if it was blown to the side or not. I know a lot of these don't really land on. No, I was just blown to the side. Throws that. That misses. Spins around.
10
Throws
seconds.
that. Misses. And we're both just kind of. This at this point we're
4,
just
3,
both surviving. We're
2,
tired, man. Look, those
1.
punches aren't done with anything, man. They're not done with anything at all. But oh yeah, let's do the kickboxing. Why not? Actually. Oh, it should be in my file already, huh? So this was the first one of this. And let me start off by saying he is great. So something that I've always looked back and seen with the videos, he's great at keeping his hands busy. Though he's not really landing a lot or landing anything like significantly damaging. Very good with his hands at keeping them busy. You know what I mean? It keeps you guessing. And especially in a fight he had with a guy, a friend of ours at the time, with the guy at the time. You saw that. And he was more active. He was more pace pushing and all that. And this one, when he has kicks to his game, he can do a lot more because there's a lot more weapons that you have to worry about, which is why I fail. So if you look at, starts off with the glove touch, okay. I'm not as active as it was in boxing, but. And he throws very good kicks, man. And you see what I mean by the hands, but look at his hands so far. He is keeping those hands busy. They're not. Like his hands are busy. They don't just not stay not busy. And something I also admire about him too. In a non-gay way. He is very much. He throws, man. He throws. Alright, hopefully this one is a good one. Well, not this one. Is like hopefully it's like a good one as it doesn't suck, but like this is the one that's right. A draft. Delete this. Alright, hopefully this one is it the right one?
Go.
No, that's the one we just watched. I replied to one of them. The one I replied to. Yeah, it's this one right here. Oh, and my headset just turned off.
Go.
Okay. So now look. Feints the kick there. It's those hands, man. They're just active. This is where he lands a lot more too, man. Look. He puts some good hands on me. Right here. Boom. Boom.
Chandler Gaming.
Granted, I had shin guards on. His kicks are not very powerful.
Gaming. Dynasty.
Something I hate is every time I watch
15
this, I never
seconds.
push to the left or the other direction at all. Oh, look, the feints get set up again.
10, 9, 8,
Boom.
7, 6,
That was
5,
like really the only good shot
4,
landed by me.
3, 2, 1.
There's my spars. There is my spars. I don't know why I keep closing Google, just to open it up. Oh, and Damian is here, I think. Yep, Damian is on, guys. Alright, we are gonna end it here. Look at that. M Shadows has cut his hair. How does he scream? Beautiful.